8.3 million. That is the number of tons of food believed to be wasted in the UK every year. Almost 3/4 of it could have been eaten. That's according to WRAP, the Waste and Resource Action Programme.
So roughly half of the UK population don't understand what a best before date means, and another half don't understand what a use by date means. And even worse, about a third of them get confused, really confused between the two. So they could either be treating a best before date as a use by date and therefore throwing away food unnecessarily, or they could be treating a use by date as a best before date and actually eating food when it's not really safe to eat.
Best before, use by. WRAP's Mark Bartel says people don't know which one to follow, and they don't want to take a risk. I asked someone to try a wafer that was a month past the best before date. Only I didn't tell them this until after they tried it.
Okay, pretty good. 7 out of 10.
Then I told him,
First it's sell by date. You're going to poison me.
use by is the most important date. However, waste reduction advocates say most best before products are actually still safe to eat. That date only has to do with freshness, not food safety. Using his computer and food market savvy, Dan Cluteray launched the Proof Food, an online grocery store. The kick? It sells food past its best before date. He buys products from manufacturers made for big grocery stores and sells it to the public.
I'm the last chance sale before they may lose thousands and thousands of pounds, and I might be able to give them something for it. I mean, the main thing that we've got to make sure is that we're not deceiving anybody. I would never go and sell a product that would even be a risk to me.
And there is no legal issue with selling food past the best before date. The British government's Food Standards Agency isn't concerned. It says eating something past that date won't put anyone in danger. Under EU legislation, food is required to have both a best before and a use by label. The distinction is that one is about quality, the best before, and one is about safety, the use by. Adding to the date confusion, grocery stores sometimes use their own descriptions: sell by, display until, or enjoy by. Recently, Britain's Environment Secretary said retailers should make the sell-by date invisible to customers. Bartel agrees, saying that manufacturers could encrypt it because only store staff need to know that information.
So if you've got 3 date labels, if you can take one out of the equation, you'd actually minimise the level of confusion that consumers might have.
However, Richard Dodd from the British Retailers Consortium thinks that may create new problems.
If you took away those dates, what you'd be doing is making it harder for retailers to manage their food, and you'd be making it more likely that retailers would either have to be overcautious and throw away food which was still actually perfectly saleable, or, of course, you'd be making it more likely that retailers would end up selling stuff to customers that the customers would then not be happy with.
The British government is urging supermarkets to use standard labeling and descriptions, so consumers better understand the differences between best before, use by, sell by, enjoy by, display until, and every other variation on the wording. Jovana Arnott, CBC News, London.